Today, I have the distinct honor of speaking with the incredible Dr. Lee Cowden, a world-renowned integrative physician with 50 years experience. His work brings together science, clinical expertise, and a deep commitment to uncovering the root causes of diseases. Hello, Dr. Cowden. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all you have done and continue to do to help others globally.
Yeah, thank you, Tanya, for what you're doing.
As you know, I have a few questions for you, so if you don't mind, I'd like to jump right in.
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Cowden, I'd like to know why you personally got involved in functional medicine and why you've become so deeply involved with the organization Healing ALS.
When I went off to medical school in Houston, I was not used to the grass and the weeds and the trees and the mold and everything else that was in the air. So I developed allergic rhinitis first, and then allergic sinusitis, then infective sinusitis, then bronchitis, then pneumonia. And I got to where I couldn't even go to class. I went to get advice from the chairman of three different medical school departments. I followed their advice explicitly, took their drugs, got progressively worse. And thank goodness my wife's grandmother came to visit us. She was a nutritionist, a self-taught nutritionist, and uh, did not have any letters after her name, but she saw what I was going through and had pity on me. She took me to the health food store, got me on some vitamins, minerals, and herbs, and I got well in about a month. And I thought, my goodness, I need to learn what this woman knows, and I need to take with a grain of salt everything I learned in the training institution after this.
Wow, that's amazing. That's an
Yeah.
incredible story. And so, what brought you to Healing ALS? Why are you so deeply committed to this organization?
Well, yeah, I have a passion specifically for ALS for two primary reasons. The doctor that helped me get into medical school, he basically wrote a letter to the president of the medical school and said, "You'd be a damn fool if you don't take this young man into your program." And so I got into medical school from his recommendation. And not too long after I got into medical school, he developed ALS, and I watched him deteriorate over the next 2 to 3 years. And it was so saddening to see that. And I thought, oh my goodness, we need to find solutions for this condition. But when I went into practice, I saw some ALS patients, not very many, but I never had success with ALS except one. I had one patient that recovered from ALS of all those that I treated. And I thought, now that I'm retired from patient care, I need to devote my time to finding a solution or some solutions for the patients with ALS.
Wow. Well, thank you very much. We're very grateful to have you on board, that's for sure. Dr. Cowden, the allopathic medical community often tells people who have been diagnosed with a disease that healing is not even an option and that ALS reversal is impossible. Yet we know we have living examples who are proving otherwise. Can you comment on that?
Well, yeah, you know, uh, the allopathic doctors have a problem. They call it WNL, and a lot of doctors think that means within normal limits, but what it really means is we never looked. Okay, we never looked, and so they never looked for reversals, so they don't know they exist, and so they tell their patients that have ALS. There is no treatment for this. There's no cure for this. You just go home and suffer and go home and die. And that's wrong. That creates the nocebo effect, which we'll talk about in the conference. And if a patient has that in a strong enough way, it makes it very, very hard for them to recover. So we need to once we've done our big study and published that in multiple journals, then I want to make sure that every neurologist stops saying to their patients, "This is an incurable disease, untreatable disease, incurable disease. You're going to die within 2 to 4 years," because it's just not true.
Well, that's very impactful, and I'm sure that this conference is going to help a lot of people. And with the upcoming Healing ALS conference, yourself and other medical professionals, as well as ALS reversals, will be presenting on various topics, as well as share their ALS reversal story. What would you say to the person who's been recently diagnosed or to the person who feels hopeless during any stage of this journey? Because we know that people have reversed during various stages of this journey. Why is it important that they attend this upcoming Healing ALS conference?
Yeah, if you have ALS or a loved one has ALS, figure out a way to get there because I don't know any place else on the entire planet where you can go and talk to at least a dozen people that used to have ALS that no longer have ALS all in one place. And so, you can't get that from a video. You can't get it from any other source. You have to go there and talk to the people.
Okay, I'm getting a few questions through my platforms, questions about genetic ALS, that people feel that that cannot be reversed. Do you have anything to comment on that?
Well, I can say something about that. One of the people that is in our group of reversals has genetic ALS. Okay. And at one point, he was paralyzed in every muscle in his body. Only muscle that can move were his eyes. He was not able to chew, swallow, speak, had a feeding tube, was not able to breathe on his own, was on a mechanical ventilation. And over the course of about 3 or 4 years, using integrative medicine techniques, he reversed that probably 95%. So it doesn't matter whether you have genetic or non-genetic ALS. In my opinion, all ALS is reversible.
Well, that really gives real hope to everybody out there. So I'd like to thank you for being here. Thank you for your heart, your wisdom, your years of experience helping people globally with ALS and other diseases. The work you and this organization are doing is bringing real hope to so many families. And I hope that if you're watching this video, that you'll join us this October 26th to 30th, 2025 in Las Vegas for an incredible opportunity to learn and become part of a truly supportive community where real hope exists. For details, please go to www.healingals.org. Dr. Cowden, thank you for your time and your commitment.
Yes, and I would say to those that are listening that if you can't get there yourself, find somebody that loves you, that's willing to go for you, and to talk to those ALS patients that have reversed so they can bring back that news to you.
Yeah, great advice. Thank you very much.